I read the chapter Amongst the People in page 51 of the book Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, or Hesse. Something that I wanted to point out was the conversation that Siddhartha had with Kamaswami, the merchant. A little backup, a brief story about Kamaswami is that he was so amazed with Siddhartha's knowledge and his intellect and everything that he let him stay in his house, and he started giving him presents such as food, nice clothes, everything. So something that I realized was that the knowledge can get you really far in life instead of just material things. So something that I wanted to talk about was the conversation that he had with Siddhartha from pages 51 to 52. So I'm gonna read briefly. I have been told, the merchant began, that you are a Brahmin, a leader man, but that you seek service with a merchant. Are you then in need, Brahmin, that you seek service? No, replied Siddhartha, I am not in need, and I have never been in need. I come from the Samanas, with whom I lived a long time. If you come from the Samanas, how is it that you are not in need? Are not all Samanas completely without possessions? I possess nothing, said Siddhartha, if that is what you mean. I am certainly without possessions, but of my own free will, so I am not in need. But how will you live without possessions? I have never thought about it, sir. I have been without possessions for nearly 3 years, and I have never thought of what I should live. So you have lived on the possessions of others? Apparently, the merchant also lived on possessions of others. Well spoken, but he does not take from others for nothing. He gives his goods in exchange. That seems the way of things. Everyone takes, everyone gives. Life is like that. Ah, but if you are without possessions, how can you give? Everyone gives what he has. The soldier gives the strength, the merchant the goods, the teacher instruction, the farmer rice, the fisherman fish. Very well, and what can you give? What have you learned that you can give? I can think, I can wait, and I can feast. Is that all? I think that is all. And of what use are they? For example, feasting. What is that? What is good in that? Okay, so from that, what I understood is the difference, or what makes Siddhartha so different from other people. And I connected Kamaswami with Kamala, and how they were so interested in physical and material things, and how they thought that they were the most important things. But we have seen twice that with Siddhartha's gift of waiting, feasting, and thinking, that he can get whatever he wants. But what I wanted to point out was that he lives without possessions, and he's proud of that. He just wants to show people that having a smart head and having many values can get you very far in life. And instead of being the wealthiest and being the one who can be the best merchant, also when he talks about I am certainly without possessions, but of my own free will, so I am not in need, in page 52. That means that since he wants to be with no possessions, because he thinks that he doesn't need anything else. And since he thinks of that, he has no needs. But I think that when they talk about needs, they think about clothing or nice foods and everything, but they don't think about the actual needs, which are food, drinks. What I want to get with this is that the actual needs that they have, they take from others. So, for example, when he wanted to get some food to give to Kamala, he was begging, and the people that didn't want to give him and close the door, he would just stand in their door and wait for them to open it and give him food. So it's kind of like being kind of intense to get what they want. And I think that's a different way of life from most people that we know and that have ever existed. And what they're saying is that the Samanas need nothing because they possess what they truly want. But I find it confusing that they they are proud of what they have in their head, but beg for the things that they actually need and don't have. So I wanted to point that out. And I wanted also to say that I saw different kinds of love. I saw philia, when he says, when he goes to Kamala and they start like talking and everything, and she teaches them, she teaches him that all the different kinds of pleasure. So he says, he was taught by her that one cannot have pleasure without giving it, and that every gesture, every caress, every touch, every glance, every single part of the body has its secret, and what can give pleasure to one who can understand. So that's physical, because he's teaching that with every part of the body she can give pleasure to anybody. And well, she's teaching him sexually because she's a courtesan. And also agape, which is love for friendships, when he says, "Do not scold, my dear friend. Nothing was ever achieved by scolding. If a loss has been sustained, I will bear loss. I am very satisfied with this journey. I have become acquainted with many people. I have become friendly with a Brahmin. Children have sat on my knee, farmers have showed me their fields, nobody took me as a merchant." So now Siddhartha is living his life. That's what Siddhartha says in page 55. Now Siddhartha is living his life, meeting new people, and he's changing his mind of, I don't need anybody else but me. So I think that's very good. And well, those are the different kinds of love I saw in this chapter, and I pointed them out because it's what we see in class. And yeah, that's technically what I learned from this chapter and what I wanted to say that were relevant points. Thank you.